which of you has a 100-word summary of all the trouble Nodal got you into last week?
Wait, hold on.
My notes just say not Seeker's fault, and it's in Seeker's handwriting?
Yeah.
We traveled to a couple of days, like 2 days, day and a half north of the city to rescue. Is his name Tom, right?
Tom Wolf.
Tom Wolf. He basically sent out a SOS on the sending stone. They threw him into. He ran afoul of some hobgoblins and ogres plural.
No, not hobgoblins, bugbears. I have to be firm on this point because I played a hobgoblin for 2 years.
You played a bugbear for 2 sessions.
I did. It was fun. I would do it again.
Anyway, the goblinoids and the ogres threw Tom Wolf into this magical icky water, and we came down here to rescue him, and he's all old now, and then on our way out we got attacked by
He's
scary...
not all old, it's worse than that.
He's like
parts of his body are old.
He's like 2/3 old.
No, parts of his body are old. I feel like this point needs to be belabored a little bit.
Well, I mean, I don't know how deep the water is. I know his legs are old and his arms are old, but probably part of his torso.
Does he have old butt?
Maybe his butt. Yeah, probably his butt. I'm gonna stop this line of right there because I could go into some other details, but I'm not. And then anyway, on our way out, we got jumped by weird Nosferatu vampires? Question mark.
Creepy bastards that
And
were
then-
hopping around.
We made a last stand at this door. It didn't work because the door is too tall. So Seeker called for a retreat, and we're now in this room, and it's not his fault.
It's not my fault.
Whose fault is it?
The vampires. Question mark.
I don't know. I distinctly remember it being your fault.
Tom Wolf. Who else is in this room?
Smart. Scrappy. It's Scrappy's fault.
Scrappy, that son of a...
So let me load in one for Scrappy.
I mean, if it was anybody's fault, it would actually probably be Tom's fault because he's
And the Hawk.
like,
And
he
Tom.
decided to be incredibly obtuse about like this whole thing, and he got thrown into a magic dirty water well for his troubles.
Could happen to anyone.
Which one of these is Tony Nodal?
Tony is not there. I will spawn in the Band of the Hawk.
Okay. I'll make this one Scrappy.
Are you Tony Hawk? Yes. Why?
That is definitely my favorite genre of tweet.
Best account on Twitter.
That's just his life
Not
now.
even close.
So y'all are blocked in this room. You've sealed the door, and on the other side you hear the banging and the moaning and the scratching and the gibbering. Somewhat muted because there's now a closed stone door between you and them. But this room also has no other exits.
Well, that's not precisely true.
Okay.
It has one exit completely covered up with stone.
Now, here's where we actually left the last session. And I will remind all of you, we have video evidence of what was said. Seeker said he had a plan to get out of here, but everyone had to come back into this room.
He did.
So everyone in this room is now here under the pretense of Seeker having a plan to escape.
Nodal, you've had a whole week to think of this. What is Seeker's genius plan?
So here's the thing. I had a plan, and I'm not 100% sure I remember what it was.
Can anyone
Relying
take
on Nodal's
dice
memory.
out of the D6 bag right now?
Yep.
For some reason, I can't take them out. Can someone give me 2 dice, 2d6, please?
You got it.
Thank you.
So, how about this? Who amongst us is the most capable of holding on to a rope?
While you're discussing this, Alex has pulled out his smithing tools and is hammering the dents out of Scrappy. I kind of needed that. I'm casting Mending.
Okay.
So, how secure is this door? Like, I think we might need to, like, piting the door closed? Like, can these things operate door handles?
I'm assuming right now Gus is holding the door closed.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am holding the door closed, and I'm asking for somebody to help me seal the door because I think these things can use door handles.
I've got pittons and a hammer. Well, I'm using smithing tools. I guess I have 2 hammers. I've got pittons and a hammer in my pack, and I'll drop it next to Gus's feet. And yeah,
Great.
Alex is
I'll
just
help.
hammering
I'll
the
help.
big
I'll
pit.
do that. I'll do that.
When Gus steps
It'll
away
be-
from the door to retrieve the hammer.
Yeah, I'll hammer that shut.
Okay.
All right, so we lift someone up there, right? The rest of us back away towards the wall. They unclog the rocks because the reason we couldn't unclog the rocks before is because they might collapse on you, Tom, who was right below the rocks. But now we're not right below the rocks. Rocks fall. They let us down a rope and we get out of here. How that one sound?
Tom asks the person up there dislodging rocks, won't they be right beneath the rocks?
No, they'll be to the side of the rocks, poking it with the pole.
Tom looks around to see who's going to volunteer for this precarious
I don't
task.
like this plan. I don't like this plan. Not a fan
So,
of it.
alternate idea.
Yeah.
We're in a creepy demon worshipping dungeon.
Mhm.
Creepy demon worshippers love secret passages. Maybe there's another exit.
That
Yeah, I
sounds
was
like a great plan.
Can we do that? Can we do that instead?
Oh, if it's a possible plan, I think it sounds great.
Is
I love
this,
it.
is this a drunk Gus plan? You know what? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Anything is better than the plan that Seeker just came up with. Lucius starts prodding the walls.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? More to the point, Gus, are you stepping away from the door?
No.
Okay.
I'm sealing the door.
We have a bright light source, right? There's a lit pebble in the water here. Is my recollection
Yeah.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, there's also a nail on Scrappy's back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right, Lucius, roll an investigation check.
Anyone want to help me with this? Because
Yeah, I'll help you with this.
Okay.
How's your investigation?
Give me 1 second, and I will tell you. It's my character sheet.
I'm assuming
decided
it's the same as
to
mine.
Not on me.
Oh wait, no, you're a warlock. How about you help me with this?
Yeah, no, okay, yeah. Investigation is only +2, so by all means.
Seeker, take a cigarette.
You back me up. All right, I'll take a cigarette. You
No.
back me up,
The whole room, which is poorly ventilated, fills with the vape smoke.
and everyone gets the benefit. Hot boxing that spell.
That's a 15 on die.
Yeah, that's a 22.
Okay. Seeker. Along the eastern wall, you notice a miscolored stone. That's not mortared in place like the rest of the brick walls here are. It has the same kind of strange and miscolored stone as the rest of the place is made out of, but it's not mortared in place and it's sitting out a little bit. Just enough that you might be able to catch your toe on and work it out.
I mean, this situation can't get any worse, right?
Well,
Seeker's
hold
gonna
on.
press it.
I wanted to search for traps before he did that.
You want
Can
to
I-
search for tracks?
Yeah.
And, all right, and Seeker's saying, this can't get any worse, right? And he reaches forward, and like a gnome just suddenly
Immediately.
teleports next to him.
Jumps across the room and grabs your hand.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at that first.
All right,
So-
you take a gander at this one.
I went
So,
to DM
Seeker-
school back in the late 80s, early 90s, so when anybody says this can't possibly get worse, I take that as a challenge.
Lucius was about to, be the genre savvy one and say, yeah, Seeker, I would appreciate you if we're ever in a situation like this ever again. Never say those words.
Alex, go ahead and give us
That-
your perception check.
That's a 6 on perception.
6. I mean, there's not much to go on. He found this stone, or this brick that just sits out. It's not mortared in place, and it looks like you can work it out. You're
I
not sure
take Seeker.
what kind of trap mechanism you could fit back there.
I take Seeker and I move him to the other side of the room along with Tom. I ask someone to grab Tom.
I'll take
Scrappy?
Tom with me.
Pull that stone out of the way.
You sure?
And Scrappy starts working at the stone. with his metal forepaws, and after a moment, the brick slides out an inch, then 2 inch, then he manages to get a claw behind it and wrench it all the way out of the wall. And now there's a recess all the way down at floor level that goes back into the wall.
Okay. Let's
If
let's
I was
shine a
making
light down there.
death room, that's where I would put the gas that killed us all.
And looking in, you see a very badly worn and rotted wooden peg poking through the recess in the wall, connected to something on the other side. And it looks as though it's one peg, like one spoke on a wheel.
Mm-hmm. Does it look like there'd be room for it to turn to either side?
It looks like if you manage to turn it one way or the other, it would eventually travel through the recess as the wheel rotates.
Can I get in there with one of my thieves' tools without putting my hand in it?
No, you'd have to grab this with your hand or some other grabbing implement.
Well, hold on, because if you toss a pebble in there, I can send Tony through and take a look at it.
Sure.
Hey, Alex, idea for a future invention: a reach grabbing implement. Like it's just a hand, like a grabby hand on this stick.
Mage hand. You want him to do mage hand.
I have mage hand. He says
We have a magic spell for that.
So what are we doing with Tony before we get to the
All right, so there's a recess in the floor. It looks like there's a wheel at the end of it. Is the wheel blocking the wall completely, or does it look like it opens up into like a chamber?
looking down through there, you can see part of the mechanism. This is badly rotted wooden wheel. And looking on the other side, there is an empty space on the other side of it.
Then yeah, I'm sending Tony through that space, and then I'm going to just turn him around and look through his eyes to see what I'm looking at.
Okay.
He's clutching like a tiny pebble in his beak that's shedding light.
My poor monster manual badly needs to be replaced.
I don't need you to look through the monster manual.
Are you sure?
I don't need that at all.
Okay, I'll just use my text file here where I've got all the stat blocks.
No, wait, hold up.
Let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
Oh.
This is fun.
Tony, I love you.
Could someone get me a D20? It seems like some of these bugs work for me, but not all of them.
Hey. Boop boop.
So, you need a D20?
I got one. By some of these bags, I mean the 10s and the 4s. Could you get me 2
Yeah, I'll
8s,
get you
and I'll probably be good for the night?
Here's some 4s, here's some 10s, 8s. You're all set.
I'm just going to use this guy to mark my initiative, because why not?
If you ever need any more, let me know.
Yep. I'm gonna put a bunch of dice over next to the initiative tracker where I sit, and those are gonna be my dice. So since I can't grab any more, just don't take them.
Oh, I'm absolutely going to take them absentmindedly. Just fair warning.
Yeah.
Here's what Tony sees. Is Tony reporting back to you, or
No,
are you...
Tony, I'm looking through his eyes.
Okay, so here's what you see, then. Some sort of badly decomposed body. At first glance, it looks like a badly, like funerary wrappings are wrapped around torso and arms. And at first glance, it just looks like a very badly misshapen from decay corpse. It's attached to the wall on these crude metal pegs that pierce through its shoulders and then lower to the ground through its thighs. Its feet are about flush with the floor. And at first you're thinking, oh, well, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen. And then you realize the thing is much larger than any human. This thing, probably a good 9 or 10 feet tall, maybe bigger. And the bulk of it is much bigger than even that. Its torso is huge and muscular, though badly decayed. And then you start realizing you're not just looking at one torso. It has too many pectoral muscles. The arms fit together and have bad misshapen areas and too many joints, and you realize you're seeing something that's been stitched together of the parts of many bodies.
Ugh.
The thing's head, it has a human-sized and shaped head, so it looks way too small for the rest of its body, but it's been split down the middle with this metal axe blade that's kind of been lodged into place. And at first you're thinking this is This must be some kind of bizarre crypt for this creature. And then it screams as light is introduced to the room. And it starts bellowing this horrific sound that all of you can hear through the little hole coming back through the room you're in. And, oh, you know, I got to roll for the guys outside, too. Because we'll get to see if they can break the door down. Won't that be fun?
No.
So, Alex, you hear the screaming from the little hole. This unearthly creature wailing as light is introduced to the room behind the little hole.
And I'll just move back, ready in action to shoot any unearthly creatures that come through that hole.
Yeah,
To be clear, Seeker, this creature is far too enormous to fit through the brick-shaped sized hole that you chucked this little pebble through.
So you said it had something like poking through it. Does it look like that's securing it to the wall? Like, does it look like this thing can move?
It hasn't moved so far in terms of taking a step away from the wall. It's moved in the sense that it's starting to, like its arms and legs and head are moving. It's starting to rise, but it hasn't actually taken a turn yet. So you don't know the answer to that question. Is Scrappy doing anything on his turn?
Yeah, Scrappy's going to go to here, and Scrappy is going to dodge.
Okay. Seeker.
Yeah, Tony's gonna hop back through the hole where hopefully the thing can't get him.
Well, your initiative is
But
before Tony's. Are you doing anything?
On my turn, I think I'm gonna go help Gus brace the wall.
Okay.
Brace the door. I don't want to deal with more than one thing at once.
Like you're putting your back to it like he is?
Yeah.
The both of you? Okay. That's fine. And what's Tony do?
Tony's going to hop back through the hole, but keep looking through it.
Okay. He will be leaving the thing's threat range if he moves away.
Can he use his action to disengage?
Yes, provided this creature doesn't have Sentinel.
Alright, well, I'm going to take my chances on that one.
From now on, every creature has Sentinel.
Oh, no.
So
You
Tony
threatened
comes
that with when Razu had Sentinel.
hopping back through the brick. And you start hearing crashing sounds on the other side of the wall. And looking through at brick level down there, you do see the creature's feet lurch forward as the thing finds its footing. And you start hearing the crashing against the insides of the wall as the creature is pounding against the inside of the room.
Alright, I got good news and bad news about the secret door plan.
Lucius, you're up.
So it's still only just like one little tiny brick, right?
It was just
Yeah.
one brick in the wall. Like, just think of like a normal sized brick. That's how much space. If you were to reach your hand in, you could grab one of the spokes of this wooden wheel that's between you and this creature.
You know
So-
what? Fortune favors the bold. I'll do it. I will reach in down there and spin it. Let's say clockwise.
Fortune favors the bold. All right. Make me a strength check. Make this a disadvantage because it's difficult to get leverage on this at floor level down here.
That is a 9.
A 9.
Yep.
You reach in, and the problem is this wheel, you're not sure if it's just old and starting to fall apart. It's getting locked up in its mechanism. You're not sure if you're pulling it or pushing it the right way. It doesn't feel like it's going to go in either direction. It's very awkward to get down here, and you just don't have the strength in just your upper arm to move it one way or the other.
Gustavus, you might have better luck getting some leverage behind it. Lucius will move over here next to the door.
Gus, the creatures outside the door have not taken a turn yet. You are currently holding the door shut.
Yes. No, Gus is not moving. Gus
Okay.
is going to use his action to continue to hold the door shut, and he's going to give Lucius a withering glance.
I don't know what you want from me.
The three of you here on the other side of the door, as you're having this conversation about withering glances, you hear cries and skittering noises. And they get quieter and quieter, and you surmise you hear the creatures moving away from the, at least the door on the other side, if not the room that they were all packed into a moment ago. Florian, fix it.
You think that's spooked him off?
Fix it, he says. Nope. Over here. And... ready in action to smash or blast the first thing that comes through. It's trying to come through the brick wall, right? That's what my understanding of the situation is.
Not really sure what it's trying to do. All that we can report is that Tony is seeing just its feet moving around erratically, and you can hear the pounding against all of the walls in the little room.
Yeah. We'll hit it with a... hold an action to hit it with a ray of frost.
Okay.
Makes itself invisible.
Alex.
I mean, I'm just gonna continue. Scrappy and I are both just gonna continue to dodge.
Okay. Seeker. Nothing?
Nodal.
Did we lose Seeker?
Am I coming through? Now I'm coming through.
There you
Sorry,
are.
my headset's a little temperamental. Seeker is going to. So the problem is we don't have enough leverage on the wheel. Is there any space around the spoke of the wheel?
Not really. I mean, it's just as wide as one single brick was. So you just have to kind of reach through and grab it and kind of push it with just the strength of your wrist and your upper arm. You can go make the strength check that Lucius did, though.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. The strength check at disadvantage.
Okay. I figure eventually we'll pass or we won't. That's a fail.
Okay. And you just have difficulty getting a hold of it. You're moving back to the door?
Yep, and I'll be right back.
What is... He's got a bird. I guess the bird doesn't do anything. It's going to bring us to the big guy. There's crashing sounds against the wall. Repeatedly. Several right in a row. And dust and flecks of broken stone and mortar come flying off as you see some of the bricks give way in the wall, and the shape of a secret door starts to open outward.
Oh no.
Lucius, fix it.
Do I have eyes on whatever made that hole?
I mean, you surmise this is just the shape of the secret door. Once you open it, it will open completely, but there's no question about what's causing it to move.
Let's see. It's thaumaturgy in action. Yeah, it is an action. You know what? Sure, I'll cast thaumaturgy. Blow open that door.
To blow the door open?
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. I need Scrappy to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep.
What do you get?
I think that's a 9. Let me double check.
A 9?
Yeah, it's 9.
Okay. Scrappy is knocked prone in his space.
Okay.
Just like that. So the cavity in between the room that you're in and the small room where the creature was left has the spoked wheel on the floor down here. And this is where the wall pivots open. So it's opening into Scrappy's space and knocks him over. And yeah, you can now see this gigantic corpse creature with its huge axe embedded down the middle of its face. He seems to be shrieking at the light in the room. He definitely doesn't like it. He looks down and sees the source of it. Lucius, moving or staying put?
I'm going to move over here, and I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Hex on it. I'm going to Hex... what stat? Key would be best. Strength.
Okay.
Because he just punched through a huge door, and I don't...
No, he
like
didn't.
that
You
idea.
thaumaturgy didn't open.
I mean, he did punch it, which caused, like, visible movement to it, which is
Okay.
scary. Also, Destil, I have locked Scrappy. You just have to mouse over him and hit L to unlock him.
Okay.
Whenever he gets back up.
Wait, how are you hexing it? Is it bonus action?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Gustavus.
I am going to step away from the door
I like it.
because one, the creatures sounded like they were running away, and two, the creatures are not in here. This thing is. It's somebody opened the door. But I'm just gonna stand right here.
And do what? No
I'm
action?
going to dodge.
Dodge. And you hear the creatures outside of the door continue to skitter away, and it falls more or less silent. But silence in this place is relative because this one is crashing about and bellowing up a storm.
Before I end my turn, I'm gonna turn around and just like look at everybody. Should we make a run for it?
Florian, should you make a run for it?
No. Let's bonus action. Let's extract the creature's name.
Extract the
If it-
creature's
Yeah,
name.
it's a
Okay.
wisdom saving throw. If it has one.
11.
Oh, DC is 13. Alright. Magic is on a failed save, the target is charmed until the end of my turn, and I mentally learn the target's name, or if he doesn't have one.
Is he charmed if he doesn't have a name? I can tell you right now we're going to be off into the weeds here because neither of those cases is true for this creature.
Yes.
Instead of getting one name, you get a flurry of them. At least a dozen.
Oh, that's fascinating.
And I'm
Does
getting...
Florian just say that in the middle
Yes.
of combat?
Yes, he does. That was a Florian reaction.
Fascinating, Captain.
So what happens next?
That was a bonus action, so now I'm going to cast Bane on it.
No, I mean, like, what happens is a
He's
matter of the
charmed.
charm.
Yeah.
So it just means he's got the
I feel-
charm condition, that's it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then what?
Cast Bane on him.
Do it.
Why did you crash? There we go. Alright. Let's make a charisma saving throw now.
19.
He makes that.
Okay.
That's okay.
Very charismatic undead.
Moving or
Yeah.
staying put?
Florian's gonna stay put and look ponderous.
Okay.
That he's somehow charmed, but not baned.
That hasn't happened before.
Alex, Florian screwed the pooch. Fix it.
Did he? I don't think he did.
Well, to be clear, he's not allowed to target or harm you.
Florian.
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
I'm gonna
Destil,
shoot
you're
him with a
muted.
crossbow.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's gonna be an armor class of 21.
Okay. I'm gonna give him partial cover because of the door in the way, but that still
Uh-huh.
will, will hit.
For 7 damage, magical piercing.
And the crossbow bolt embeds high up in this thing's chest. And the thing recoils from the blow. It's definitely suffered damage, but it doesn't bleed.
Okay.
Moving or staying put?
That's good for Alex. Scrappy will get up. And then move in.
Okay.
And take a attack. That hits an armor class of 19, I believe.
19 does hit.
Dealing 6 force damage.
Okay. And then is Scrappy moving or staying put?
That's the end of Scrappy's turn.
Very good. Seeker.
All right. Seeker is going to. Well, let's hope it's not completely immune to this. Seeker is going to cast Toll the Dead on the creature.
Okay.
So I'm going to need it to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
14.
No save. And the sound of a dolorous bell is heard as he takes 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Did that look like it had any effect at all?
he recoiled in the pain from it.
Okay, fantastic.
And he's still made of
Good.
flesh and bone and muscle.
And then I'm going to go over here next to its best friend, Florian. Hide behind him.
What about your dumb bird?
My dumb bird is going to go right up into its face and just start flapping, trying to distract it. I'm going to give Lucius advantage on his next attack against the creature.
Okay. Man, your bird's going to have to actually move into the room to be within 5 feet of it.
Oh, it's still in there?
Oh,
Okay.
this is it. He's
Then
outside.
fantastic. Yeah, no. I was misreading the map. Yeah, he'll move through and just flap next to it.
Okay. And
He's not carrying the stone anymore because Scrappy's there.
Gotcha. And Scrappy is there. Scrappy. I have a 16 to hit. And then I have a 22 to hit. How'd I do?
Both hit.
All right. $11 points of slashing damage from the first hit. 19 points of slashing damage from the second, as this thing wails and just crashes down with its full torso and face, hitting Scrappy with the axe embedded down through its skull, and just deals.
Scrappy's down.
Oh, but the light's still there.
Yeah, there's a nail hammered into his back.
Okay. And the thing makes no motion to leave this space, and it looks like it's got every intention to continue smashing Scrappy with this skull until the light goes out. So it doesn't even step out. Whether or not it notices the rest of you, other than thinking Florian is dead sexy. That's going to bring us to Lucius.
Lucius is going to step in the line and take a shot with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
At advantage because, thank you, Tony.
Yep.
You're a bro.
Total bro.
No problem.
Total bro. 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
Alright. And he is hexed, so he takes the additional necrotic damage. Which means he's going to be taking 13 force damage and 3 necrotic.
Okay. And are you moving or staying put?
I'm going to step over this way out of line of sight.
Yeah, Tom really appreciates you putting yourself in between him and the abomination.
Let's see. Do I have anything fun I can do as a bonus action?
You can always fist bump as a
No.
bonus action.
Sure. Fist bump. That sounds like fun.
Gus.
And a Lucius's turn.
So I guess I should ask, because I don't actually know, but does Scrappy start making death saves and things, or does 0 mean dead, because he's got a creature stat block?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what the rules are for that. Like, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
He's got a creature stat block. That's definitely a thing.
Then 0 means dead.
Okay.
Although, if it doesn't say inside of his stat block, which I don't think it does address it. I know for Find Familiar, 0 means dead. But he's still
I can fix it,
illuminated.
so. Yeah.
I think they word it like he becomes inoperable, and if you get to him in X rounds, you can repair him with it. You can bring him back up.
No,
on
I
mending,
can
so.
just fix him. It just takes a spell slot.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. That was Lucius. That's going to bring us to Mr. Gus.
Well, Mr. Gus is going to throw a spear at that guy.
Okay.
So that is probably not going to hit, but it is a 14.
14 does hit.
Okay.
Could he have the fabled AC of Zambo?
That is 9 piercing damage.
Everything.
And then I'm going to bonus action.
Mhm.
And I'm going to summon my spear back to my hand, and I'm going to yell back up and says, "I think we should run."
Do you actually run or do you stay put?
No, I'm staying right here.
So
I'm
you're
not going to go until everybody else goes. I'm going to stand right here in front because that's my job.
not a man that practices what he preaches. All right, Florian, you're up.
Okay. Enough of this tomfoolery.
Tom's like, no, it's Tom Wolf.
Haha.
Tomfoolery is the
Esquire.
guy from Dragon Quest.
Second level magic missile.
Okay.
Bringing out the big guns.
Yeah. That is 11 damage.
All right. And the thing is bloodied as you start pelting it with magic missiles.
Oh, right. We have 2 wizards in the group. Never mind. We don't have to run.
Moving or staying put?
I'm good.
Alex.
Well, let's put another crossbow bolt in him.
Okay.
I can fix that. He yells out as Scrappy crumples to the ground. That'll hit an armor class of 15, I believe.
15 does hit.
For 13 magical piercing damage.
Okay. And then moving or staying put?
Boy, I'm used to having a bonus action here. That's the end of my turn.
Seeker.
Yeah, I don't want to burn my last spell slot, so I'm just going to keep on with Toll the Dead. So, another wisdom saving throw, please.
Slightly better. 17.
That'll pass.
Okay. So nothing happens because it's a cantrip, yes?
Yep,
Moving-
nothing happens.
And what's the bird doing?
Bird's going to just keep on flapping. Lucius seemed to take a big chunk out of him last time. Let's do that again.
And we've determined that Scrappy weighs less than 500 pounds, right?
He weighs like
400
420.
plus his equipment is about 500, yeah. Like a little under. Because he's got a pack saddle. So Scrappy himself weighs 400. He weighs about 450 with all the equipment he's carrying for us.
Gus and Alex. A dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a fail.
That's a fail.
That's a 2. It's a 2 on die. And-
Alex, I have good news. Because Gus failed his saving throw, you don't need to make one.
Oh, but I got a 21.
Hey, worthless. Doesn't do anything for anybody. Oh, by the way, Seeker, did you roll your divinations?
Yeah, they're gone by now.
Oh, okay.
I burned them both last turn.
Gotcha.
Last session.
Last session, yeah.
As the thing picks up in its gargantuan hands the broken and splintered body of Scrappy and tries to throw it as far away from it as it can, and it crashes into Gustavus. Gus, you are knocked prone with Scrappy's body on top of you. How much damage is appropriate when a 499 pound
Yeah.
metal apparatus is flung at you? I know. There's this. I know exactly what attack I'm going to use for this.
The appropriate damage is 0.
Unarmed strike.
Oh, now I'm going to
One
double it
damage.
because you are sassing me.
If you double damage for sass, I would have been dead long before now. In real life.
You've died a lot of times, Nodal.
It's true. How many times did Eldiv die?
All right, this is decent amount.
I don't remember an Eldiv ever dying.
I meant in real life.
13
Right,
points
right,
of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
It's going to leave Tony's threat range. I don't think that matters.
No, he can't do shit about that.
And the thing, enraged that Gustavus has managed to block its thrown object with his big face, lurches out of the room. And now it looks like it's going to bring its giant axe head down on the still illuminated Scrappy, and also Gus is right underneath him. Lucius.
Hey. What's up?
I mean, what's up? It's your turn. It's your turn.
Okay. Then yeah, it's getting another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
I would love to say that I have the push effect on it, but I sure as hell don't.
You guys are not very good at this game. You should be level 5 by now.
Ah, fuck.
We're not adventurers.
That's a crit though.
Okay. Very nice. It's immune to crits, but okay.
Save me.
It also has 7.
3.5.
Immune to crits, really?
No.
Okay.
Save me, Obi Lucius.
Because in older versions of D&D, some undead constructs were immune to crits for reasons I don't know.
And sneak attacks.
15 force damage, 9 necrotic damage.
Not bad. And the thing, it looks like it's going to bring its giant axe head down on top of Scrappy and, more to the point, Gustavus.
My friendo, yeah.
But you hit it with the Eldritch Blast, and it reels backwards, and you see for a moment it's trying to keep its feet, and it continues to let out this horrible screeching bellow, and then its muscles just completely give out, and it tumbles over backwards into the doorway, and moves and bellows no more.
Lucius dusts his hands off and then moves over to start shifting Scrappy.
That was a fantastic find. Well done, everyone.
I raise my hand in like a 1 moment motion, and then I cast Minor Illusion, creating another bellow on this side of the door.
On which side?
On our side.
Okay.
Oh wait, that thing was supposed to be. Those things were blind. You said to me last week,
Yeah.
Lucius. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on the other side of the door,
Okay.
and I'm gonna then listen afterwards to see if I can hear those things, like skittering away.
Let's get a perception check.
All right. That is a 19.
19. And after the echoes of your illusory bellow fade away, listening very intently, you don't hear anything in the immediate room. Far away, you do still hear what has become just the standard background ambience of this place. Just the echoey, chittering, and gibbering sounds. But the immediate room outside seems to be devoid of creatures.
All right, time to go. Let's go.
Kind of shift the spike.
It takes
How are we
1
gonna
minute
get-
for Scrappy to get back up. Now, I don't have to be standing next to him, but...
If you
Alright,
want,
Alex.
I can keep these bellows going for as long as you want.
Alex pulls out his smith's tools and grabs an alchemical component from his pack, pours it over Scrappy's, hammers a couple of things, and the creature begins to re-net itself back into place. I'm going to investigate this area before we take off. I just have to spend 1 action, but it takes a minute for Scrappy to be back on his feet.
Can you start pulling out those pythons, Gus,
Yeah.
while I keep up these bellows?
Can I get investigating here, Frick?
It's not necessary. When you step into the room, first of all, you're navigating this wooden wheel. And at first you're thinking the wheel would open the secret door. But as you step over the mechanism, putting your feet in between the spokes, you realize it's not the case. The door itself is just on a pivot. It would just have a really hard push on either side of it, would pivot it open, leaving 2 narrow passages, one on either side. One of which the creature was able to squeeze through.
So the creature did not destroy the door, it just pushed it open?
Actually, Lucius, he was banging the door open from his side, and Lucius went ahead and opened it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's on
yeah,
the
cast
inside here, then?
thaumaturgy.
Sorry, my investigation was to check for anything extra inside this room.
So the room is relatively tall, maybe a little taller than the room you were just in, actually, reaching up maybe 15 or 16 feet, maybe a little higher. Very high up along the ceiling, the north and south ceiling, towards the corner of the room and pointed inward towards its center, you see what looks like rusted metal pipes of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
And looking down at the wheel mechanism, you see the wheel mechanism wrenches something that runs into the wall to the north. So it looks like it goes like this. So you imagine whatever these pipes do, this wheel operates them.
Yeah.
Other than that, the room is empty. On the south side of the wall, underneath these tubes that are pointed into the room, you do see big metal spikes just poking out of the wall, inclined slightly upward, where this thing has ripped itself free from. Doesn't smell nice in here either, but I won't get into that.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it takes a minute for Scrappy to get back up, but other than that, I'm ready to go.
Okay, and eventually Scrappy does get back up. Is he still glowing?
I'll extinguish the light.
Okay.
That seemed to piss off that creature, and we don't need... Everyone here has dark vision.
Yeah.
Do we have any light sources right now, then?
No.
Guess not.
No.
All right, what's next?
Yeah, I think we make our way out while making these bellows and see if we can get ourselves out the front door.
All right.
Seeker.
Yeah.
I want a DC 20. You can either call it deception or performance.
Okay.
I want-
call it.
I want to know how many rolls it takes you to get 5 successes.
All right. Can it be an intelligence deception since it's the spell?
Yes, that's fine. Not a lot of charisma going into this. You just have to replicate a smashing bellow sound.
That's 1 success. 1 fail. Oh wait, that one didn't even fucking land. That's a fail. Oh, can you give me some D4s on this one, Hoss?
Yeah. Yeah, I can every action. I mean, as you're doing it, I'll give you a cigarette and keep infusing it with magical energy.
Well, this is making the checks as you guys are escaping. I want to know how well he's doing it as you guys are escaping.
As long as you're willing to move at I won't be able to dash. So as long as you're willing to, every one of my actions is casting.
I have to cast a spell anyway.
Yeah, so let's do that.
And it was completely useless after I asked because the next few were all successes. That was 9.
9
It took
total
9 to
rolls.
get 5 successes.
Okay. As you guys are traveling out, I'm assuming you're avoiding the giant pit in the middle of the room.
Yes.
As you come into this room, the bellows that Seeker is creating echo down into it. It sounds like an impossible distance. It goes far beyond any of your dark vision to see down there. And you can see at the edge of your dark vision some of the creatures hunkering around corners on the sides of the room or peering up from where these stairs descend into darkness. It's not until you guys get about here. So go ahead and place yourself in some configuration around the other side of the pit. It might be important to know which side you're coming around.
Can I just ask, on the way out, I want to take a look at that plate mail the dwarf was wearing. Is that like completely rusted away to the point of uselessness?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
not
that something that I could maybe repair. Okay.
Not useful at all.
Might have been important if Scrappy had died and I needed to build a new one.
When you guys reach about this point, you start hearing cries from this hallway and this hallway as the creatures seem to have now figured out that the bellows are
Wise to our
fake.
tricks.
All right, yeah, time to go.
Let's go.
So you just
Yeah.
flee straight out
Yeah.
Yep.
and come up out of the mausoleum on the other side. Oh, I need to get Immigrant open. That might be the thing that I was thinking I hadn't done earlier when I kept saying, what haven't I opened that I usually have open? It was immigrant.com.
Oh, but you love opening immigrant.com, your favorite website.
It's my favorite website.
I thought your favorite website was fantasynamegenerators.com.
Yeah, but I already have that open.
Don't be a cop.
Let's go ahead and put this on the table here. So you guys come up and out. It's still daylight, which is nice. And what's next?
So I don't know
Can we
about
shut
you,
this
but
mausoleum?
Yeah, can I reaffix that chain that I popped off?
now normally I would be all for it, but listen, we've got the swag in there that we are owed. Yes.
We can go
Oh,
back
we're most
later, but I
definitely
don't-
going back in there. Just
Yeah.
not right now.
I just prefer not to have these things creep up on us if we want to make camp tonight. I don't know about you, I'm pretty tapped.
As far as replacing the chain, I mean, it's easy enough to do, but remember, this chain was in bad repair. You were able to break this very effortlessly.
This ain't gonna hold it. This ain't gonna hold this thing shut.
Is it the chain or the lock that was in bad shape?
Both.
Okay.
Like,
Can I
Is it-
pitten the door shut?
It's a set of iron bars, an iron gate.
Mhm.
So there's... I mean, you can pound one down and see if it holds.
Yeah.
Okay.
it doesn't have to hold long, just long enough for us to not be here.
So I've
Let's
gotten
go.
We also
different opinions on whether or not you're going back down there.
My opinion is let's go back to the caravan where Tom Wolf's friend was.
That was down here, I think.
Yeah, we need to go check on your caravan. Make sure it's okay from ogres.
plural.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's make our way around there.
We can delete some of these things here we don't need.
Good teamwork, gang.
Oh, I'm glad that worked. I've never actually, like... I theoretically knew it would be possible to repair them if you took that kind of damage, but... Obviously,
Once
I
you've
didn't test
replaced that
in
many
WoW.
parts, though, is he really the same Scrappy?
Yeah, totally. And
Oh, okay.
Alex will just kind of affectionately scratch him behind the ears.
Nail a chalkboard noise. Eek.
Yeah, going back to the caravan, it looks pretty much like you left it. Just faded, peeled paint.
We didn't really get a good look at it because we were fighting that ogre at the time.
At the time,
Yeah.
getting a good look at it now, the wheels are badly damaged. The thing obviously has not been operational in a long time. It has a door on the front where you would have originally have sat a rider, and then the cavity behind him looking into the wagon from the front. Seems to have been boarded over or sealed up with some kind of construction, and there's also a cloth draped down over it that was probably a very vibrant purple at one point, but has now been faded after years of exposure to the sun. There's a door in the side of it, the side where you're standing over here. Wooden door to the structure with a keyhole. Tom tells you that Henny here has been living on the land for as long as he's been using as a drop point. That she's an interesting character, but they have an arrangement to keep their distance. He doesn't bother her much when he comes around, but he also would prefer to know that she hasn't been murdered by bugbears.
Yeah. I was about to say. Also, there were ogres in the neighborhood, plural.
Hello? Is there can we see inside of it with the...
There are windows, but they're shuttered.
Okay.
Everything's closed. You can't see inside of it from this
Yeah,
side.
Alex will go up to the entrance and yell hello.
Okay. You do that, and you wait for a few moments, and just the birds chirping in the woods around you.
And poke his head inside the curtain.
When you part the cloth, it's just draped over what looks like a wooden constructed wall. This wagon has been kind of repurposed in the front, so it's no longer open to the elements on this side.
Okay. There's no door here. Maybe check one of the windows.
Where's the door? You said it was over on this side?
It's on the side, yeah, the side where you guys are here. So you would have checked the door right about here. And maybe
Does-
a window
Knock
on either side of it. And then some windows on the opposite side as well, all of which are shuttered closed.
Gus is going to give his good, strong police knock.
Well, what do you do with Tom?
I mean, I'm still got him on my shoulder. He's fine.
Okay. You give a good hearty knock on the door.
Tom, call out to her. She knows your voice.
And he seems apprehensive, but he does. He calls out, Henny, are you home? Have the bugbears murdered you? And he points out that there doesn't seem to be any signs that the bugbears have broken in. The door seems to be intact. There's no blood or body parts strewn around. Not in this part of the lich yard, at least.
Gus
If we
is
were-
going... Yeah, go ahead.
If we were in the business of respecting people's privacy, we never would have become investigators.
Right. So Gus opens the door, or tries to anyway.
Okay.
Well, okay. First, before I do that,
Yeah.
I'm going to set Tom down here, and then
So
I'm
that
going
if
to
you
open
get
the
blown
door.
up, he'll be fine.
Right. He's out of the cone. Like if it's a cone of like fire or something, he's out of it. I mean, I haven't fallen into a trap in like 2 whole sessions, so I'm going to open the door.
Okay. And it's
I love
locked.
Oh,
And roll initiative.
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
As you place your hand on the handle of the door
Oh!
and start to jiggle it to try to get it open, you start hearing cackling noises on the other side, and what sounds like... Oh, I don't need these anymore. What sounds like chanting in some evil, other earthly language.
Is that her?
Lucius, what's your reaction to this?
No known language, not infernal or anything.
I mean, you can't pick it out of a lineup. It doesn't sound good. It's a harsh-sounding
you
language
haven't-
being spoken in a very... like an old crone cackling it out. But no, it's not infernal.
I'm gonna move over here to where I'm in line with the door, line of sight of the door, but I'm not directly in front of it.
Oh, good. My ogres are back here, so that's really good for me.
Yay!
When that happens.
I knew
And
this
I'm
wasn't
going to-
ogre.
I've still got an hour has not passed since I cast Hex, right?
No. You guys came
Okay.
out and directly came down here.
All right then. Okay, I'm good. Then I will hold an action, and if anything attacks Gustavus, I will fire an Eldritch Blast at it.
It's going to bring us to Seeker.
All right. Seeger has learned his lesson vis-a-vis menacing doorways. Doesn't need another learning. He's gonna come stand over here. And I think I'm going to back up Lucius. If something attacks Gustavus, I'm going to cast Hold the Dead on it.
Gus,
yep.
as you're standing here and you hear this cackling start emanating from somewhere inside of the wagon, you start feeling like the air around you starts to kind of crackle with energy. And you hear the voice from inside, the laughter and the strange chanting language coalesce into words that says, "For the one who has attempted to break into my home, if he should fall to his knees and speak his name and beg my forgiveness, I shall spare the rest of you." Oh, look, it's Gus's turn.
Gus is gonna try to kick the door down.
All right, make a strength check.
That is a 7.
A 7. This is either the sturdiest door ever made. I mean, it's just a ramshackle wooden door with a simple keyhole lock on the side of this repurposed caravan. So it's either the sturdiest door in existence, or it's magically sealed somehow. The door does not open when you try to kick it open.
I tripped.
You trip. So to be clear, not falling to your knees, not
No.
speaking your name. Okay.
No.
Moving or
Listen,
staying put?
I'm staying put. I'm a fighter. I fight things, and there's a door in front of me, so I had to fight it.
Florian.
So you went to the Adric school. Florian just says, Tom is by...
Looking
your
down
friend
at
by
Tom,
chance.
he's got his back against the caravan, and he is laughing his ass off. This is extremely funny to him.
Is by any chance your friend a bog hag? And Florian will dodge.
Dodge. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to bring us to Alex and Scrappy.
I mean, Alex, look, this doesn't have to come to violence. And he'll... move to there. Dodge. Scrappy he'll send up next to Gus, also dodging.
Okay. From his position in the caravan, Tom looks up at Gus. He says that the whole voice thing is a charade. It's a simple alarm that she has in place that's good enough to scare off brigands and highwaymen and such nonsense. But no, by all means, continue to try to kick the door down. He seems in good spirits, all things considered.
Oh, Gus is going to look down and so you think she's not at home?
He says
Or-
he thinks that the bugbears probably left this caravan well alone if they set off the same alarm you just did.
Hmm.
But no, it seems that she's not at home.
Well,
So, Alexander and Scrappy are going to go up to where those bugbear corpses are,
Okay.
and he's going to have Scrappy start digging some graves.
I mean, grab the longbows. Longbows
Yeah,
so well.
I'm gonna. What equipment do they have on them? Do they have any money or anything?
They don't have any kind of coinage, no.
Uh-huh.
They did have their encampment over here, which the first time you laid eyes on it seemed to have maybe a few things of value that the ogres and the bugbears might have amassed, but when you come back through here now to look through it, those materials are gone. Including large scraps of food and things that you also saw in the area.
What about on the corpses themselves?
No, they don't have any coinage, but they each had a mace, and they each had a longbow.
And you said, are those also gone, or
No, those are still laying there.
okay?